Hello, fellow Eportfolio students. My name is Onias Dixon, and this is my final semester in MCIS program. Today, I'm going to talk about me, or more specifically, my search returns when I Google myself. So I used Google, and I didn't bother to use any other search engines because for several reasons. Most importantly, because no matter which search engine I chose, I would still be Googling myself using my ISP at home. And the ISP, which is used to reference the user for security, government, consumer, corporate matters, sort of is the index for my online behavior. So Google is obviously the best search engine available in the consumer market. Their technology sort of became a paradigm shift with PageRank and that sort of thing. So I use Google. Secondly, I'm a third generation Onias Dixon, and I have an unusual name. So this is probably going to, or it had resulted in some sort of somewhat convoluted and somewhat banal returns. Okay, first off, my full name is Onias Timothy Hendricks Dixon. Onias Timothy Dixon is on my resume, and Onias Dixon is an official documents, or sort of school-related stuff, where it's just first and last name. So if I go about Googling Onias Timothy Hendricks Dixon, I get a lot of, the first return was Facebook. First return is always Facebook because I use Facebook at home, and my internet service provider knows that. That I like it, I guess, they think. And the second return was a Facebook page for Tim Dixon, and all subsequent returns indicated that they omitted Onias and Dixon, meaning that Onias Timothy Hendricks Dixon in a combination didn't work out. Only Timothy and Hendricks were found in a lot of their returns. I wasn't going to go into too much detail with with Google in terms of modifying or advancing the search returns. I did use quotations over Onias Timothy Hendricks Dixon. Got 0 returns. All in all, I got 1,100 returns for that one. Onias Timothy Dixon, which is the name on my resume, returned 2,000 hits, and mostly social media. This is also where you start to see my father and my grandfather's names appear in family trees, Ancestry.com searches, obituaries, that sort of thing. I think if for Onias Timothy Dixon, my MCIS, my work at Rutgers didn't start to come about, wasn't evident until the bottom of the first page. Onias Dixon returned MCIS student profile from 2013, third. LinkedIn and Facebook rounded out the top 3. The Onias Dixon is basically a distilled version of Onias Timothy Dixon. All of the pertinent information that's pertinent to both to myself, my father, and my grandfather are wrapped up right in the first page. Death notices, newspaper clippings, with quotes from my dad had a pretty a sufficient web presence, so that sort of stuff, and distant relatives who've searched Ancestry.com. This being a semantic search, simply strictly using names, becomes a little convoluted for me. And that's unfortunate. It's also unfortunate, I think, if we're talking about for potential employers who don't have this information, because they don't get a well-rounded picture of the individual that they're looking for, namely myself. Speaking of pictures, the photos do sort of give a broader cross-section of me, and sort of the photo sections contain logos that I developed, images from short documentaries that I did, pictures of ex-girlfriends, undoubtedly, from Facebook, and photos that I posted to Google Maps for public viewing. So that being said, I am concerned of the abundance of social media and LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. I don't really use much else outside of that, and the lack of professional web presence, short documentaries, work at New Jersey Spark, even academia .edu. Maybe partially that's my issue, but I hope to address those professional appearance, and somehow mitigate the issue of having the name is same name, unique name as three other people who are closely related to you. Thank you, and have a good afternoon.